All right. Hello, hello, all.
Hello, friends.
We are back. It is, I think I called it Trial Tuesday on Blue Sky. I'm trying to think of like a witty name because we're always doing Ace Attorney on Tuesdays at the moment.
I think Trial Tuesday is a very good start. I don't know if I could come up with anything better right now. So
I love alliteration.
10 out of 10. I will think if I can think of anything.
Perfect. The first person to think of the best one, I don't know, I'll give you $50. I don't know. You get eternal bragging rights and 50 points. This is like whose line it is it anyways, where the points don't matter, but...
So we're going to clarify it's 50 Kelsey dollars,
yes.
not American dollars.
Yes.
Kelsey dollars. Okay, got it. I was just so excited for 2 seconds.
Look, you do it. I will, yeah. Mana, if you figure something out, I will give you 50 actual dollars. So, start thinking. Let's do introductions. I haven't started off in a while. I'll start because I have a very small getting to know you question because we haven't had one in a while. So I'm Kels. I play our protagonist, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, and the bailiff, who I voice as Elmo, and who is apparently immortal because I did actually look back. I used him in Ace Attorney 2, Justice for All. So that bailiff has been around for a while, and yeah, you can see me, you can see my screen. Hi, nice to meet you. Or nice to see you again, etc., etc., etc. So, in sort of deference to National Pancake Day, the eternal question, pancakes or waffles? And I'll hand it off to someone else.
Pancakes are waffles? You said?
Pancakes or waffles, you have to pick one.
Pancakes or waffles.
Oh, pancakes or waffles.
Which is the superior form?
Personally, I like waffles better. Just cause, I don't know, maybe it has a little bit more of a crunch. And I kind of like crunchy, so I'm gonna go waffles this time. Yeah.
Excellent. You want to introduce yourself?
Oh, hi, my name is... Sorry.
You got very distracted by the question.
By the food. Anyway. Hello, my name is Manabingu. I really like waffles apparently, and I voice certain folks here. For the first time in my life, I am not the prosecution, which is very strange. It is very strange. I will say it threw me off last time, but I will try not to be thrown off. That's why this time I am the judge and also the accused. Wee! Yeah, that's me. Jacques.
My name is Lemur, and I play a bunch of other people. For the life of me, I play Susato, and why can't I remember his name?
Kazuma?
Kazuma, thank you.
You're welcome. I got you.
What the fuck is his name? So I play Susato, Kazuma, Gina. We're not gonna have a jury this time.
We will not.
That's been interesting. Let's see. Chat, before I share my answer, chat says that they eat more pancakes, but I suppose I would pick waffles if you asked me which one I prefer, but the margins are slim. All right, y'all. So to me, there is such a thing as a perfect waffle. And that is the only time I thoroughly like waffles. I would also like to say that Eggos are in a different category to me. They are a waffle product. They're amazing, and I don't count them as waffles.
I need to pick up a box of those because I did not realize that they are different from actual waffles.
They are waffles, but Eggos is its own category. You know what I mean? Anyway, my answer is pancakes. Because even mid pancakes to me are better than mid waffles. I don't want to eat a mid waffle. I will eat a mid pancake.
So what's the difference for you? Like, Mana mentioned crunchy and like the texture being the defining.
I have had a lot of waffles. I would say, okay, let's go with the positive.
Okay.
Pancakes for me are easier to like spread butter and my toppings on it. Waffles do have the benefit of having little pockets to store extra toppings. But as to borrow a phrase from my brother, as a recovering picky eater, when I was growing up, I would only put butter on pancakes and or waffles, like not even like maple syrup. It was just butter. And I always had a hard time spreading butter over waffles.
Fair.
So it was always difficult, and I couldn't get it to spread out evenly.
That makes sense.
So
It is hard to put toppings on a waffle.
Yes.
Like, unless it's something you can drizzle. So.
And that's one of the things I like about Eggos is because their little pockets aren't as like deep. So it's a little you get the texture. You get the texture and
you can get more of your toppings more evenly distributed. Yes. I think.
Yes. So that's mine.
I like it. I think mine is waffles just because you see more savory waffles than you do savory pancakes.
Yes.
Like if you expand the definition of pancake to like scallion pancakes and stuff like you get in Asia, probably pancakes, but over here in the West, pancakes are mostly just sweet, and it's too much for me. It's like having cake for breakfast, and I can't do it.
Oh.
My brother loves them though, so like once a week, we used to have pancakes for him because they were his favorite. So I may also be a little burnt out on them still. How many years later?
That's fair.
Yeah, exactly, Chad. Expand the definition of pancake to include okonomiyaki, and I'm in. So, I think pancakes you can expand the scope of more. And if you expand the scope out, I'm in. But by the American definition, International House of Pancakes serves one kind of pancake. And it's the sweet pancake. So, where I guess they probably put like chocolate chips or blueberries or something in them. But,
my gut reaction when you said one kind of pancake was like, there are so many different kinds of pancake. But then I auto-corrected in my brain to be like, no, you mean sweet.
Yes.
So I knew it. I was like, no, but also, yes, I know what you mean.
Yes. One category of pancake,
yes.
all under sort of the sweet umbrella. You generally don't see like zucchini pancakes and stuff like that. So neat. All right. Anyone got any last things they want to contribute to the pancakes versus waffles debate?
I don't think anyone here chose pancakes over waffles.
I did.
Yeah, Lemur did.
Oh, wait, you did. Oh, never mind. Yeah,
Unless
you're right.
it's an Eggo. Actually, here's the question. Eggo versus pancakes.
Oh.
Eggo.
Eggo. Sorry. Eggo.
Mostly
Sorry,
because all I have to do is put it in my little toaster, and then I'm good.
Fair.
I don't have to mix the batter. I don't have to do any of that shit.
Very fair. I used to, occasionally, I would make a souffle pancake in my rice cooker. So I'd flavor it savory because that's my shtick, apparently. And so but then I'd put, a whole bunch of egg whites in and then shove it in my rice cooker. And it actually cooks it fairly well, in case anyone wants a, rice cooker hack. You do get one giant pancake, though, so as someone eating it alone, it was very intimidating. That doesn't mean I didn't make the valiant effort, but... All right, let's recap. All right, so Von Zieks revealed the trial is a close court with no jury. Sholmes patted himself on the back for us getting hired, and Yuzin is going to watch the trial. Gina ranted about Von Zieks, but he just agreed that she's right to hate whoever the culprit is. Kazuma gave his opening statement and affirmed that all the witnesses reported the same time of death, and scorch marks indicate a point-blank shooting in the head, but he won't submit the gun as evidence until he's certain. The first witness is Von Zieks himself, explaining what he was doing at the crime scene. He says he was investigating Gregson's involvement in a case and followed him there at 5 p.m. after reading his diary, headed for the desk with an oil lamp, heard a shot in the dark, saw a corpse reek of gunpowder appear out of nowhere, picked up the cold revolver, because for some reason in this universe, everyone picks up guns. Like, why? Anyways, and got arrested immediately after the nearby merchant bursts in. We examined the evidence and found a hidden key in the policeman figure and noticed scorch marks on one candle. Kazuma called out how the surviving candles should have given enough light for Von Zieks to see the corpse and revealed the Board of Police documents pertains to the Reaper's victim, claiming the room is his secret hideout with absolutely zero evidence, and I'm still mad about that. So I will have yet another tantrum in case anyone heard my rant on last week. Then he called the 3 merchant witnesses, one of them who is Beppo from the McGilded trial under the name Sandwich. The others are Gossip, the informant, and Venus, the fireworks seller. They claim to have seen everything starting from Ginger Gregson entering 15 minutes before Von Zieks, heard a bang a minute later, and then Gossip burst in and Venus called the cops. The fireworks sound like a gunshot, and there's Gossip's bloody handprint on the back of the notice board. Gossip insisted that he wiped his hand on the floor, so the board must have been propped back up afterwards, and it was obscuring the candlelight and the body. We galaxy brained that Gregson's corpse was brought there in a trunk that Kazuma didn't find and the wig was planted. Our racism and Gina Menace counts have not changed from 12 and 2 respectively. I can't imagine that we're gonna get too much of racism count from Kazuma, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry about your Blue Sky account. And, you know, everything conspiring against you. Apparently, there's an episode of the Ace Attorney anime where Manfred von Karma took Franziska and Miles to a pancake restaurant in the mall when they were children. I watched some of the first season. The anime actually isn't bad, but
I like the anime.
You know, it's decent.
I watched it.
It's a fun little time, but
but yeah.
I think it's one of those things, like, if you know what is going to happen, it loses a lot of its charm because there's no tension. It's like, oh no, look at this trial that I definitely remember playing through.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, that's me. Oh my
That's
god,
you.
That's me now. The witness in the stand will testify again. Who will each explain exactly what you did upon arriving at the scene of the crime. Oh, stop looking over your glasses at me. I get the message.
That man has the most flexible arms. Like, holy shit.
It does.
My
His
shoulders
lip
hurt
is
just looking at
crazy.
him. Well, yeah. All right, the mystery of the moving board.
No, it's about their notice board. I just wiped my hand on it. That's all.
Well, don't look at me. I haven't got a clue about it. I was doing business with some second years at the time.
I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander, me. I just a sign at the crossroads of life. It was that Reaper. I bet he got a face that screams bored.
Sorry.
I can't see how this changes anything. Anyway, the detective still died when he heard the gunshot.
Well, love that testimony.
So none of you can elaborate further.
Shaken by the crime they witnessed, and with only the light of a few candles and an oil lamp by which to see. We can't expect these witnesses to be able to give a more precise account of what happened. That's right, yeah. I didn't pay to expect too much.
But it's man's endless quest for knowledge that's destroying the world, and that's what I think.
Do you? Really?
In any case, as this testimony shows, even if the notice board was moved by somebody following the incident, it makes no difference. When the gunshot rang out, the accused was the only person at the scene. In short, the only person who could possibly have committed this crime is Barak von Zeeks. None of this wrangling over the board changes that simple fact.
Quite so, quite so. Does the defense still wish to cross-examine the witnesses despite the circumstances?
Most certainly, my lord. Of course I do.
Very well, then you may proceed, counsel.
All right, let's do this.
I don't know anything about that there notice board. I just wiped my head on it. That's all.
So you admit that it was the board you wiped your bloody hand on?
I admit it. What's to admit? Is there plain as day for all to see a smashing print of my hand, of my right hand?
Perhaps you wanted to hide that handprint. So you righted the notice board and pushed it into the corner, did you?
No, imagine the weight of that great lump. Don't look like a powerful and well-nurtured man.
Well, did you see anybody else moving the board?
I got nerves of steel. I can't tell you, but even I have my limits. There was a body on the floor in front of me, and the Grim Reaper himself standing over it. There was precious little light inside either. My bottom lip was all a quiver.
Based on your bottom lip, it doesn't seem like that's hard.
Yeah.
In other words, this witness is unable to give a definite testimony to that point.
Yes, so it would seem.
Yeah.
Well, don't look at me. I haven't got a clue about it. I was doing business with some second years at the time.
When you say you were doing business with them, you mean you were selling them fireworks?
No, my other side business. Yeah, what else? There's a priory school just around the corner, see? Those cheeky little so-and-sos have got a plan to blow their school to kingdom come.
Ah.
That's a good thing to tell in a court of law.
Well, it's the quintessential school time thing. How can you set the school on fire? How can you blow the school up? How can you make sure the school isn't standing tomorrow so you don't have to go back?
So I've been telling on them, letting their teachers know what they're up to.
Snitch!
Oh man.
Oh, you have?
He's got stitches.
I know.
Yeah, wouldn't want anyone to get hurt. So I let the school know these kids are playing with dodgy toys.
I'm loving this con. She sells them the tool and then tells the school that they're playing with the tool that she sold them.
Yeah.
What?
Then, praise the Lord, the teachers take all the fireworks off them. And then, praise the Lord again, the kids all come back to me to buy more. Everyone's happy, see?
What a racket.
Of course. And sometimes the teachers give me a little bonus to thank me for letting them know. It's a busy old life selling explosives.
Venus is a girlful goddess indeed. What?
Well, telling barefaced lies is kind of my thing, really. I'm ever so good at it.
I feel that.
Excuse me.
Always love when we're undoubtedly going to get sidetracked. This is not going to go anywhere. I'm going to warn everyone now. And
Nope.
exactly, Venus, a criminal after R, by which we mean mine and chat's hearts.
Yeah.
We love a good con artist. or murderer.
Oh, or both.
Or both.
Apparently.
I mean, look, sometimes the
What if they're
plan
both?
goes wrong, or sometimes it goes right and you have to kill someone. So, it happens. And sometimes people are hot while doing it. Something wrong, Mr. Sandwich?
If I said it was, could we just leave it at that? Would that be at the end of it?
No. Did Miss Venus's statement just now bring something to mind, perhaps?
Philosophical thoughts, deep philosophical thoughts.
Huh?
Let's say there was a great liar, and that great liar said without batting an eye. Telling bare-faced lies is kind of my thing. I'm ever so good at it. Would those words of hers be a lie too? Or the truth, in which case she's not a liar? Oh, it's a hellish paradox, that one, don't you think?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But it seems to me you're suggesting Miss Venus has been lying. Are you? She will blow up your little sandwich signboard.
What are you on about, old man? Trying to cause trouble, are you? Keep on like that. And I'll wrap your whole body in firecrackers and set him off. That'll give you something to trouble about in a court of law.
You have a certainly disturbing mind behind that sweet and innocent face, young lady.
Yeah, can I take you out for dinner later?
Whoa!
So, Miss Venus has lied in her testimony. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Sandwich?
Well, if it means I'll be burning in hellfire for the rest of my days, so be it. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Sandwich, we will protect you with our lives.
Can you elaborate, please, sir?
Old blabbermouth here headed for the room where the gunshot seemed to come from. But there was someone else who crept up on the stairs behind him, too. That's right. That rotten liar over there. Oh, shit. Do you mean to say that you did, in fact, betake yourself to the scene of the crime after all?
What did I tell you, eh?
Oh.
I said I was good at telling bare-faced lies, didn't I?
Yeah, you mentioned it.
Well, that revelation rocked the whole courtroom, didn't it?
Who knew firecrackers packed such a punch?
So you did indeed visit the scene of the crime, did you, young lady? Good grief!
Well, now you've come to mention it. I suppose, perhaps, I do clearly remember climbing the stairs to the room, yeah.
Either you clearly remember it, or you don't.
Well, I shall consider a fitting punishment for this perjurious act later. For the time being, you will immediately amend your testimony to reflect the truth.
Oh yes, my lord, of course.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Sandwich, for saying this was going to be a waste of time.
Maybe I did sneak along behind gossip and have a little peek into the room where it all happened.
You make a habit of lying, do you, Miss Venus?
Well, I suppose so. I don't really know, to be fair. If you want my advice, though, I take everything I say with a big old pinch of salt.
Alright, but you did in fact go to the room where the victim was killed on the day in question, didn't you?
Oh, please, as if I would. I can't think of anything more terrifying. The truth, please. Well, alright, just a bit then.
I would pay money to have Edgeworth try to cross-examine her.
I mean, a girl my age is curious about stuff, you know.
Did you touch anything at the scene? I want to know how old she is based on how she just said that. No idea.
And she wants it that way.
She wants it that way.
Oh, please, as if I would. I mean, there's a dead body on the floor. The truth, please. Well, alright, just a bit then. I had a look to see if there was anything I could sell. So I did give the place a once-over, but it was nothing to write home about.
Right. Now, I hesitate to ask, but you didn't move the notice board by any chance, did you?
Oh, please, as if I would touch anything like that. Just a few bits of loose change is all I had. The truth, please. Well, alright then. I thought there might be something worth having underneath it. So I blasted the flippin' thing. Sorry, flipped the blasted thing.
Oh.
You're telling us that you did move the board.
Hey.
Fun thing, just, a little crime
Just
scene tampering.
I think that did slip out, didn't it?
Sure did. Whoa! You know, born pawn! You deaf fuck, what is that? I don't believe it. The girl doesn't think.
Oh, she thinks all right. So, did you find anything then? Something that you might have taken, perhaps? To sell?
Oh, please. I should be so lucky. The truth now!
Damn, he angry.
Might
That's
have found
hot.
this old... I might have found this old pocket watch under the notice board, I suppose. But a bit of junk.
Ah.
Gina!
Oh, that's Gina. Okay.
So it was you, was it? You're the one who took it.
Gina?
Young lady, may I remind you where you are?
You can. She's not gonna care, but you can.
That watch there. That was a present to Inspector Gregson from the Yard for a big case he solved 10 years ago. Professor case, no doubt. Yeah, what other case have we been talking about that was 10 years ago, Susato? The boss used to wind it up every evening without fail, when he was waiting for his grub to come at the pub.
See, the twist is going to be actually he just found the lead detective's lunch that someone stole, but and that's why they gave it to him. I see.
I swiped it off him once. I swiped it off him once, and blimey, he was upset. He gave me a right earful. He said he hadn't missed a day in the last 10 years polishing it and winding it. It meant the world to him, that watch did.
Possibly not the best thing to go diving for, then.
It's not all that, though. Took it to Jabez's that night to ask how much it was worth, but the old dealer wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't give me a penny for it, said it wasn't Wasn't working. Knocked about and worthless, he called it. Ugh. I knew I should have lifted it. That watch must be submitted as evidence at once.
Tell him.
Oh, please. Just so long as you promise to give it back when you're done. When
Hell
we're done.
no.
Not a chance. I'll swipe it from you if you try to get your grubby mitts on it again.
That's enough. Hand the watch over to the bailiff forthwith.
Now, children, watch your manners.
Good Lord. The glass appears to be broken.
More than likely, it shattered when the inspector was shot. It doesn't tick anymore either. Which is why Jabez didn't want it. What a waste, eh?
Yes, indeed. It appears to have stopped at the hour of 5.
Exactly when the gunshot was heard then.
Which supports the prosecution's claim, of course.
Alright, we have a pocket watch. Let's take a quick little look-see at it. Yeah. Good for you, talking judge. The glass over the face really is badly cracked. Look.
What a shame when the inspector clearly looked after it so carefully.
I imagine Mr. Sholmes could repair it, don't you?
Yes, I think so. I should think so.
He's very adept at things like this. A useful man to have around, in fact.
But kindly remember, he's a great detective, Mr. Naruhodo. Not an odd job man.
Says who?
Pretty sure he's an odd job man first and then a detective.
Yeah. Okay, so here's where the impact hit. Because everything else is radial over it. There's a tiny little stub sticking out from the small hole here. Look.
I suppose there must have been a knob or something on that for setting time.
In that case, seeing as we know the inspector took such good care of this watch, it probably broke when the incident occurred, didn't it?
Yes, of course.
Which could mean that there's a small part of the watch still at the scene, maybe.
Does the watch have a secret compartment that our policeman statue key unlocks?
It's a possibility, because this little thing might be what it unlocks.
Also, look.
Yeah.
That looks like a Pokeball.
Yeah.
Anyway. Sorry.
There's a little keyhole here. Can you see?
Oh yes, that's probably for the winder used to wind up the mechanism.
It looks a little unusual, don't you think?
Yes. You'd need just the right key to wind it, I imagine.
Why do I feel as though I've seen something? Something a bit like a key that's about the right size to fit in this hole.
It would be wonderful if we had the key. Let's check carefully over what we've already found.
Well, we can't put it together yet, so. Alright, let's get back to it.
Well, it would appear that the mystery of the moving notice board has been solved at least.
And as predicted, it had very little bearing on the case.
Ugh.
And now then, continue with your cross-examination, please, counsel. I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander, me. Just a sign at the crossroads of life.
But you did go to see what happened in the room, didn't you?
Fresno Street is my whole world. It's all I know, and I know all of it. I have to make my business to know. I want to hold my sign up high.
So, you did go to see what had happened?
It's not the destination that's important. It's how you get there, isn't it?
Did you notice the notice board in the room?
If you think about it, we're both in the same species, aren't we? With different members of the sign family. What?
I'm not even gonna touch that one.
Sandwich identifies as a board.
If I'd spotted it, I might have tried to trip it up out of sense of rivalry, I'd admit.
Is threatened by other boards.
I mean, look, sometimes you just see a really hot board and it threatens you. So, someone really needs to tell you that you're Homo sapiens, not Homo sinians.
Does that mean that you didn't notice the board?
I can only repeat what I've said before. I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander, me. Just a sign at the crossroads of life. In which case, just who was responsible for moving the notice board?
I mean, we know who was responsible for moving the notice board. We already figured that one out.
It was the Reaper, I bet. He got to face that screams board.
What exactly do you mean by that?
Yeah. Oh, come now. Don't tell us you've not noticed. You look like he hates everything in the world, that fella.
Mr. Sandwich, how do you feel about that?
But no noticeables. They're the things he likes. And you can see it in his eyes.
I can't say I'd ever noticed.
I'll tell you one thing for free, though. I never took me eyes on the man on the floor. Or the Reaper. Not for a second.
Those are in two different places, my dude. Sorry?
Well, I was that scared. Well, I was that scared. I couldn't... What? Well, I was that scared. I couldn't... What is the sentence? You never know what a fiend like that might do if you look away, do you?
If you didn't take your eyes off the defendant, you should be able to confirm categorically whether or not he was the one who moved the notice board.
Oh, that I can. The Reaper did not know the sort. I can swear to that. I couldn't have missed it if he didn't have the thing upright again and dragged it in the corner.
Right. Glad we cleared that up.
What happened to the face that screams bored?
I feel your pain, Kazuma. Kazuma, you were the one who put them on the witness stand.
I can't see how this changes anything anyway. The detective still died when we heard the gunshot.
It was 5 o'clock in the afternoon that you all heard the loud bang, wasn't it?
Oh, maybe the notice board fell over. Or maybe it didn't. Maybe I fell over, or maybe I didn't. But the Reaper's fate is sealed either way, because of the gunshot we all heard. So your fate's sealed too?
Is that a threat? My fate?
That's right. The defense is fated to lose. Oh, man. And the prosecution to win.
In your dreams. In other words, it all hinges on that single gunshot. So if I could just find some problem with that part of their story...
It may be possible to change all our fates.
Of course, none of that changes the fact that I heard what I heard, doesn't it?
Not much to go on.
As you've pointed out, Mr. Naruhodo, There's no question that the notice board was moved, so somebody must have done it.
Okay, we solved that one. But it did happen after the event, so maybe Kazuma's right, and it's not relevant to the case.
But it seems to have been deliberately positioned so as to hide the body from view. So I feel sure that there's some deeper significance to all of this.
Yes, I know what you mean.
I've no doubt there are more clues to be uncovered. You're on the right track. I can feel it. So follow your instincts.
All right, then. All right, so...
Let's see, chat says,
Every
if we
time
were right
he
about
just
Gregson
slaps
getting
his lips.
shot...
No, go ahead.
If we were right about Gregson getting shot somewhere else at a different time, what if he was in an entirely different time zone and adjusted it for that? The watch.
It's a
The
possibility.
watch?
Yeah.
That could happen. Huh?
So the only thing that I can think of to counter this is we don't know that the detective died when we heard the gunshot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we have the...
There's no proof.
Yeah, there's no proof there. Because there's no time of death on the autopsy report. And we have the firecrackers that sound like a gunshot when they go off.
Mhm.
Mm,
How I make that connection, though, is the question.
Mhm.
Are we to the point where I can just throw that out? Or are they going to expect me to walk it forward? The problem with doing that is that, you know, sometimes, I mean, I don't know how to walk it forward. We've established that the notice board fell. We know who put it back. But regardless of all of that, it doesn't matter because he's correct. We still have to point out that, you know, was the gunshot actually what killed him?
Mhm.
mm-hmm.
But I don't know what evidence I have that proves that. Photograph doesn't show me anything. Fuck it, we're gonna try it.
Objection.
Why am I raising my fucking hand? Okay, so this one's clearly wrong. That last statement was contradictory in a number of ways, I think you'll find.
In a number of ways, you say.
That's right, my lord. In a number of ways.
And perhaps it would serve you well to concentrate your efforts on the contradiction at a time, Council.
I made a bit of a mess of that. In a number of ways, actually. Alright. And chat, you are correct. I should have saved. We'll save now. We're just one thing down. Alright, anyone got any ideas? Because I'm clearly not the one with the brain cell right now.
Well, I opened the walkthrough. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, go ahead and just tell me.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to lose points.
Have we made the connection with, or so we talked about it, but that Jesus, my brain just short circuited. Sorry. The policeman key. Did we check it with the watch?
I mean,
So if
do
you
I need
examine
to re-examine it then?
yes.
Okay, where's my little thing? Okay, yeah. Charmaine, we've had this conversation.
We did examine the keyhole, right?
Yeah, we looked at the keyhole. There we go. Miss Susato, do you think perhaps this key... Okay, I don't know why I had to re-examine it. Come on, guys. You can figure it out on your own. Could be the key for Inspector Gregson's watch?
Oh, yes, it could be. Let's try it at once. There's not a moment to lose.
I thought we had already figured this out.
The
Oh.
walkthrough kind of
Oh.
alludes to you not knowing it yet, for some reason. I don't know why you wouldn't.
I knew it. A perfect fit.
And look! The inspector's watch has started going again.
So it had obviously just not been wound up, that's all. What is it, Miss Susato?
Well, if the watch isn't actually broken after all, I have a feeling it could have profound implications.
She's deep in thought now. Perhaps I'd better start thinking deeply, too. Alright, so I assume that the answer then is the pocket watch. Is that correct?
Objection.
Yes.
Well, that's good, because I just decided to go for it.
I was making sure it was the correct statement, but yeah, you're good.
I'm afraid that's not necessarily the case.
Oh.
At the scene, we found this key to the winder of the inspector's pocket watch.
A key?
And having wound the pocket watch, we discovered that, in fact, it still works. You see, the watch didn't stop because it was broken at all. And that fact completely undermines one of the most fundamental premises on which this entire case has been built.
Yeah.
Order, order, order. But counsel, the watch has stopped at almost exactly 5 o'clock.
Yeah, which is just when we heard the gunshot.
It is exactly the hour.
The time that was showing on the watch tells us nothing other than when it wound down. It's merely a coincidence that it happened to be at 5 o'clock.
Objection.
Oh?
Even if that's true, the 3 witnesses here all heard the gunshot at 5 o'clock. So that's obviously when this crime was committed.
Objection.
No, that doesn't hold.
Why not?
Why not?
Recall what Inspector Lestrade said only moments ago. I make her sound so fancy. Inspector Lestrade.
Lestrade.
Remember what my daughter said moments ago.
The boss used to wind it up every evening without fail, when he was waiting for his grub to come at the pub. Said he hadn't missed a day in the last 10 years, polishing it and winding it. It meant the world to him, that watch did.
The victim was in the habit of winding his watch once a day, in the evening. We can reasonably assume, therefore, that he wound the timepiece on the evening before he died as well.
Yes, that would seem entirely reasonable.
But if that's the case, you wouldn't expect the watch to have completely wound down by 5 o'clock the following day.
Well,
What?
In summary, the evening before the day of the incident, when the gunshot rang out in that room, the inspector was already unable to wind his watch.
you can't mean...
What would stop a man winding his watch if he's been in the habit of winding it every single evening for 10 years?
He had been murdered!
The obvious answer is that he was already dead. Okay, there's a giant plot hole in this, which is a body that is freshly dead looks very different from a body that has been dead for an entire 24 hours. But we're playing hard and fast with some forensic science here.
Order, Council. That is a most extraordinary claim.
Extraordinary isn't the word. It's absurd. You claim he was already dead the night before? Do you really think that Scotland Yard's coroner would have overlooked something like that?
Well,
On that subject, there's something rather surprising. There's actually an omission in the coroner's report. The time of death is not noted.
that's right.
Wait a minute, you're forgetting that my legs went from under me when I kicked the door in.
What do you mean?
Like I said, I planted my hand on the dirty great puddle of blood.
You telling me that a corpse dead for an entire day doesn't bleed?
Yes, so the victim's blood hadn't dried. It was fresh.
He catches on fast, doesn't he?
Objection.
Yeah, stay away. He might be pissing me off right now, but he's still mine. But that blood could be explained in any number of ways. It could have been put there afterwards. Some fresh blood could have been poured over the victim's
Objection.
body after he...
What? Why are we
What?
saying that?
Wait, what?
Does my learned friend think that fresh blood is available on every street corner?
Why is he calling us learned friends?
How dare you? Someone's been learning too much from his stupid mentor.
Well, it needn't necessarily have been human blood, of course. Ugh. We've been told previously that Scotland Yard has no way to identify blood as human.
Susato, you are a lifesaver, because I don't remember that.
Thank God for Susato.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is currently being researched. At present, you are correct. It is beyond our abilities.
That's a good question, chat. How connected is this new coroner to Courtney Scythe? I'm wondering if it's not the lady, girl, I don't know what she was, that was in there when we went into the coroner's office. Remember the one with the mask on?
Mm-hmm.
Because she has a sprite, and you know that means that she's going to be important somehow. So then, a chicken's blood could have been used, for example.
It's certainly a possibility that it wasn't the inspector's blood at all.
Objection.
But the gunshot was heard at 5 o'clock that afternoon. That's beyond question.
Is it, though?
What?
Given that the time of death of the victim has already been called into question, it isn't beyond the realms of possibility that what these witnesses heard wasn't a gunshot at all.
Oh, please, what are you trying to say?
Why? You lots know what we heard, and it was a loud bang that came from their room. Now you listen to me. A street seller's ears are his livelihood.
Okay, can you put away the whip, Indiana Jones?
Oh my god, yeah, he's whipping and nay-nay.
Like, come on, man. I don't doubt your ears, sir, but all you can state with certainty is that you heard a noise.
Hey! Explain yourself then, Counsel.
A noise that sounds like a gunshot could have been made with... I've been waiting for this.
Hell yeah, brother.
Take that.
The Venus firecracker. Aw, yeah.
There we go. When Von Zeke says that we're a learned friend, he's saying our name isn't worth remembering. When Cosmo does it, he's telling us we're sleeping on the couch. Look, all I want to do is talk for once. Something like this. The culprit could have set off one of these to fake a gunshot.
Oh, good gracious, the very firecracker. Fireworks that are sold by the witness.
Now, hold on a minute. Are you saying I did it?
No, I'm saying you sold it, but
My pretty little firecrackers only make a little pop anyway. See?
not 100 of them together. The Venus special that you sell for 600 pennies sounds like this.
Oh.
As the court can now attest, it sounds very much like a gunshot, in fact.
You're trying to suggest that somebody sent one of those fireworks off, set one of those fireworks off at the scene?
I'm suggesting that somebody knew the defendant was in the room at 5 that day and sought to implicate him by creating a sound like a gunshot for these peddlers on Fresno Street to hear.
Objection.
But even if the accused himself has testified that he saw no one else in the room at the time, whether it was a gun or a firecracker, the only person present to cause that bang was Barack von Zieks. One whiff of the match and my firecrackers go pop. See? That's why people like them.
I fear for your fingers, young lady.
Objection.
Me too, buddy.
Recently, during my time here in Britain, I've learned of a very useful invention indeed. Something called a time bomb. I got personal experience with that last case.
Good heavens, a bomb!
Yes, a device that allows you to blow up whatever you like, whenever you like. Of course the British would invent that.
Mr. Naruhodo, I worry that your unfortunate phrasing there may lead to yet another international incident.
No. Wait, it's the whenever you like part that's important.
A timed device?
Yes, exactly. A timed device. Something of that nature could have been planted at the scene. A device that was able to produce the sound of a gunshot long after the culprit had left.
Your extravagant claim will be substantiated with evidence, counsel.
Uh-oh.
What proof do you have to suggest in any way that a time device was employed to create a gunshot sound?
The candles?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes.
Ha! I figured it out. I'm brilliant.
Yeah.
As the
The
court
candle?
has already discussed, the tip of one of the candles in this candelabrum has been blown off.
Indeed, because it was struck by the bullet, which presumably passed through the victim.
But I don't think that's possible, my lord. I probably shouldn't have started with
Nuh-uh.
Not possible. Why?
Because of the scorching. There are gunpowder scorch marks clearly visible on the broken candle.
Oh, there, goodness, yes, but it's not the case. That there was a scorching on the victim around the bullet entry wound.
How hot do you think that bullet was after going through a man, Your
A
Honor?
lot.
That's right, there was. But, as we heard earlier, scorching like that only occurs when the target is at very close range, a matter of centimeters from the gun.
Oh,
Which means that the scorching on the candle can't possibly be the result of a gunshot.
You're suggesting it came from the fireworks?
oh, how can that be, eh?
The fact that there's such visible scorching on the candle suggests that the fireworks must have been right next to it when they exploded. Or to put it another way, the candle and firecrackers were joined together. The culprit somehow attached the fireworks at a point partway down the candle. After the killer had left the scene, the candle slowly burnt down along with the other two, until eventually it ignited the fuse of the firecrackers, generating a loud bang.
Bang. Oh shit. Did we actually that one off?
And that is how these three witnesses came to believe they'd heard a gunshot at 5 o'clock. I will take no further questions.
Well, what a plot. And this implies that the victim could have died earlier than we've been led to believe, the previous day even. Now, just hold your horses. All us lot here saw the victim going into the building, remember? I couldn't forget that flame-colored head, even if I wanted to.
The person you saw entering the building wasn't the victim at all. Consider this.
Oh!
Obviously, anybody can wear a wig. So the person that these witnesses saw entering the building 15 minutes before the incident occurred could easily have been someone else entirely wearing the red hairpiece.
Someone else? Do you mean to say?
It was the same person who contrived the firecracker trick. In other words, Inspector Gregson's killer.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I figured we were going to start getting laughed at because we haven't figured out how that person got out.
True. Oh, snap. He's laughing at us.
Oh, very impressive. Reynolds getting our hold of.
I felt so
Why is
cool
she
while
being
I
so
was saying it.
chuny for 2 seconds?
I know. Until I managed to throw him off again, but like, man, could you not let me have my moment?
Mm-hmm.
Also, I was just thinking that, chat, this is approaching Danganronpa levels of Rube Goldberg fuckery.
Mm-hmm.
Kazuma!
I'm really quite amazed you've come this far.
Yeah, no thanks to you, so...
But after all, wasn't I the one who told you that you had all the makings of a great defense lawyer?
Wait, are you not making fun of me here? Are you actually giving me a compliment? Did I come into this wrong? He's like, wow, good job, and I'm like, I'm gonna fight you.
Ah ha ha, good job. Ah,
Huh?
I also noted the lack of time of death in this report, a stark omission.
Okay, good for you.
But as far as I'm concerned, this whole country's justice system leaves a lot to be desired.
Damn!
Wow. Burn.
Just gonna say that right in front of the judge, I see. Just two foreigners talking shit.
We're gonna get in trouble. Well, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Order! Prosecutor Asogi!
Yeah, I'm not gonna be in trouble for once. Like, the judge may actually like me. I'm not saying this shit.
10 points from prosecution. What on earth do you mean by this statement?
I hear that many of the leading members of Britain's judiciary are present to observe this trial today. Oh,
okay.
We're choosing now to make a statement. Cool,
Let
cool.
me rephrase this. If he doesn't get lit on fire by the end of this trial by some like high up member, I will be very surprised.
Yeah.
That man will burn faster than that carriage did in McGilden's trial.
So we cannot allow even the slightest doubt to be overlooked.
Mm-mm.
The defense's assertion about the time of death is based off the victim's stopwatch is just conjecture. But while the possibility exists that my learned friend may be correct, we have a duty to explore it.
Oh, well, certainly, I would agree with you.
I'm kind of with you, chat. It is kind of tempting to add that to the racism count, but I don't think it's racism other than just being very honest that the justice system kind of sucks here.
Yeah.
Considering the fact that in order to get justice, they've had a Reaper going on for like 5 years now that's just killing people, and they're like, you know what, that's fine.
It's okay.
It's okay. We can't catch him. He can just keep doing it.
And what immediately comes to mind is, of course, what Inspector Gregson was Inspector Gregson doing, and where did he go on the day before the incident?
Do you know?
The inspector always carried out his investigative work alone. Convenient. His movements were treated as confidential within Scotland Yard.
Even with the yard.
However, I've trapped myself into a yawning loop. I'm so sorry, everybody. Considering the evidence we've been presented with so far, I'd say it's fairly apparent what case the man was pursuing. Wouldn't you, my learned friend? I do have a feeling about what case he might have been investigating.
Yeah, I agree. Surely it's the case of the missing husband. My lord, the defense believes it can explain to the court the case that was being investigated by Inspector Gregson at the time of his death.
Well, out with it.
Well, very well, counsel. Present your argument to the court.
My guess was pretty close.
What evidence is suggestive of the case being investigated by the inspector on the day prior to the incident?
Is it the Red-Headed League? Am I correct? Yay.
Take that!
It was this wig. I was kind of joking about the wig until it showed up on stream. Why this wig looks so fucking ugly.
Yeah, it's either the article or the hairpiece.
Oh, neat. He was investigating why this wig is a travesty. Tragedy? I think either works. I believe this red hairpiece points to the answer.
Oh.
We might assume that it was part of a disguise used to carry out an undercover investigation.
Surely not. Such a brightly colored headpiece would only serve to make the inspector more noticeable.
Yes, that's quite true. It would definitely have made him stand out in a crowd. Except, that is, in a crowd of gentlemen from the Red-Headed League.
Red-Headed League?
So, you already worked it out?
Yeah, there was like 2 whole reasons why he would be there with a red wig, man. Either he's really worried about going bald and thinking that he needs to make a hair dye change. Or he was doing an investigation.
What on earth is this all about? Is there such an extraordinary league of gentlemen?
The Red-Headed League is currently under investigation for a grand deception.
A deception of what nature, counsel?
They've been targeting red-headed men across all of London and tricking them out of small sums of money.
Oh, that's a wild victim list.
Fuck redhead guys.
I'm gonna get $20 from that guy.
Damn.
2 men were arrested for the misdemeanor only yesterday, in fact.
My lord, the defense calls for those 2 men to be summoned at once.
2 redheads?
That is true, chat. It could be a roleplay thing. Sorry. 3 possibilities. Inspector Gregson clearly infiltrated the Red-Headed League using this hairpiece, or at least we really hope so, because otherwise he needs a new roleplay shtick, because I don't even want to know what he was doing with that. So it's very likely that he had direct contact with these criminals. And it's quite possible that such contact led to more serious events. So I'd like to point out, Sholmes was a redhead also, while Gregson was a redhead. Take from that what you will.
I concur that we cannot in good conscience leave this new avenue unexplored.
Well done, Mr. Naruhodo.
Exactly. He was reenacting Romeo versus Juliet. Well, it's another possible line of inquiry for us, at least.
The prosecution will make immediate arrangements for this charged men to appear. Bring these two red-headed league conspirators before me, Prosecutor Asogi.
At once, my lord.
You're back to being pretty.
Very good. We will have a 30-minute recess. Court is adjourned.
I feel like we got through that really fast.
Dead.
Usually we don't hit a to be continued this early.
I know.
So either the next part is going to be really rough, or somehow we were smart this time. And I really don't think that's it. Just based off of our track record here. All right, 2nd of November, 12:33 p.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber.
Ooh, that was a mistake. Ooh, I read ahead a little too much. Okay.
Oh.
Keeping it to myself.
Okay.
Okay.
No galaxy braining for you.
No. Oh, there you are, Odo. It's fine, I'll forget by the time we actually get to it.
Oh, what kept you, my dear fellow?
I'm sorry, I was in the courtroom with everyone staring down at me.
I was doing my fucking job.
I'm sorry for doing my job, yeah. Hello,
and getting
Mr.
us
Sholmes.
rent money.
Yeah. Shit, like, Von Zieks is gonna pay.
Oh, yeah.
We do this shit for charity, apparently. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Gina.
You sure you... Phew. You sure about what you said in there? That the boss, you know, actually died the day before? It's pretty hard to swallow. Yes, I was shocked by the revelation too, Gina.
As was I. Possibly more shocked than both of you.
It's not a competition, Mr. Sholmes.
Yes, it is.
But I was more shocked than all of you put together.
I'm gonna win this.
Exactly. God, don't be competitive, but also I win.
Also, fuck you.
Yeah.
Well, this is the autopsy report in question, is it?
Yes. It's strange that there's no time of death noted. I suppose there's a simple explanation. Or perhaps it was a deliberate omission.
Oh dear. If it was deliberate, it puts me in the mind of the last case we worked on in Dr. Scythe.
I know. Anyway, it seems that on the day before Lord Von Zieks discovered his body, Inspector Gregson was investigating the Red-Headed League. So perhaps something happened with them. Come to think of it, you had trouble with those League men too, didn't you, Mr. Sholmes? You were taken in by their trick.
No. Naturally, I wasn't taken in, as you put it. My sleuth-hound interest was merely piqued slightly by the rare scent of a weekly 4-pounded income.
And that scent masked the underlying scent of deception, I suppose.
The two criminals in question are the pair we saw being arrested yesterday, aren't they? In Mr. Shum's suite, I mean. That's right, Suze. And it was me what took them in. Thanks to a tip-off by the good law-abiding citizen.
Indeed, yours truly.
So it's going to be that pair in the witness stand next, is it? Something doesn't quite make sense to me, though. The day before Inspector Gregson was found, you hadn't had trouble with the Red-Headed League yet, had you? Why would the inspector have been investigating them?
Well, the likely explanation would be that Gregson's own sleuth-hound interest was piqued by the rare scent of a weekly 4-pounded income. Wow.
Don't tar him with the same brush as you, Sholmes. Beach.
Yes, well, then there's the whole issue of Inspector Gregson being investigated by Lord Von Zieks for some reason.
The Reaper, the Red-Headed League, Inspector Gregson, Lord Von Zieks. I'm just gonna keep naming things.
And Kazuma. See, I can do it too.
Thank you for adding to my list.
I feel as though he knew we'd arrive at this point somehow.
Gosh, I think you're right.
Golly gee willikers, mister.
Oh boy.
What's he really trying to achieve here today?
Sorry. You just cracked yourself. Sorry.
All the answers will soon be revealed. Observe the time, my dear fellows. This recess will be over very shortly.
Yes, you're right.
I sure do love money.
Kazuma was determined that he should be the one to prosecute this trial. And he was determined that I should take the defense. Just what is it that he's hoping to make me see, I wonder?
Defeat.
I get the feeling that we're a long way from the end of this trial yet. Alternatively, he's not seen me as... He's not faced me in court yet, and maybe he thinks that'll make the sex hotter. This could all be for a very simple reason. We're just using Occam's raisin. Occam's raisin. Occam's raisin.
I love that.
It's been a real long day, guys.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Occam's raisin.
Watch out for those raisins, man.
Yeah. Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is usually the correct one. He finds me hot. He wanted to look over at someone hot when he was prosecuting this.
Honestly, me too.
Right? Like, look, if you get to pick your coworkers, why would you not pick hot ones?
Right.
That you were possibly banging. Like, come on.
Whoa. True though.
Like, he gets to look at us. He gets to look at his sister, who's not hot, but is his sister.
Wow. 10 out of 10.
We're doing
11 out of 11 even.
I mean,
This
look,
isn't
all the
even
other
a drug
person,
stream.
right? You know, usually we're this unhinged at the beginning of the stream, not near the end. Except for that one time we saw Sholmes' forearms and went on about it for 20 minutes. But look, other than us, like, who does he have to look at? The judge? He's old.
Right. What?
I'm sure, you know, like, his wife or husband or whoever, you know, loves him a lot. But, you know, Cosmo's young and hot. He doesn't want to fuck that.
Occam's raisin. The simple-minded fruit is usually the hottest one.
Wow.
I'm gonna make that in my own hashtag. We're rebranding. It's now Occam's Raisin.
Whoa.
That's the new name of the stream, y'all.
New rebrand.
Uh,
You heard it here today.
Are you ready then, Miss Susato?
Yes.
Occam's Raisin. All right, 2nd of November, 1 p.m., the Old Bailey courtroom. I remembered there's not more than one courtroom. It's just one courtroom this time for the entirety of London.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again. We resume the closed court hearing of Barak von Zeeks, here present, who stands accused of murder. Now then, Prosecutor Asugi.
Sorry.
That was very silly, Prosecutor Asugi.
Yeah.
Very silly.
Yeah. Cosmo just over in his little bench is like, murder!
That was very
Sorry.
silly.
Sorry. My lord.
Have you summoned the witnesses as requested?
Nah.
No, I was busy doing other.
I was too
personal
busy
things.
being hot on the corner.
I was plotting what I was going to do to my boyfriend after this.
Whoa.
Yes.
Ooh, let's talk about that instead. Yeah, murder. He's guilty.
Yeah, he's guilty anyway. Lamau. Files
On to
your
more
nails.
important things. Yes, the two members of the Red-Headed League who were planned and carried out the deception. Oh, the buffer is interrupting all of our fun for
no.
chat. I'm sorry.
We need to get
We'll
up to the
stop
next
having
level
fun.
on Twitch, like, because then you can actually grade the stream based on, like, what definition you want.
Yeah.
So someone invite a friend to watch every single one of these streams for the next, like, I think it's 30 days that it has to be.
Yeah.
So, whoever wants to volunteer to do that. I keep inviting my friends to be on the streams, so
Yeah, I'll say.
it's not helping us there.
They arrived not long ago from a local prison by police carriage.
Very good. Bailiff, usher the two men into the courtroom.
Oh, these two.
These two men are currently being held by the police on suspicion of attempted extortion.
I didn't realize the police also provided pasta.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have quite the cafeteria in the jail. You may omit your occupations, but state your names now for the court. Did we decide who these guys were before?
I remember one of you took one and one of you took the other, but if you put a gun to my head, I could not tell you which one.
I think
Yeah.
I was the tall one.
Okay, I will take the eating one.
Okay. What the eating one? Alright, I am Fabienne Derousseau.
Sorry, I phrased it that way just to be an ass. I'm fine with being that one.
A descendant of the great Derousseau family from Nice en France.
Oh, I remember. Oh, God. All right. And my name is Peppino De Rossi.
You know what's really bugging me
Pino.
is
What?
that that is absolutely spaghetti napolitan, which is actually not an Italian dish. That's the
Oh.
ketchup spaghetti. So, in case anyone wanted to know. But I would put actual money that that is what that is supposed to be.
Sorry. Doing mod stuff. I'm the third son of the great Familia De Rossi, the landowners from Napoli. The two men first became acquainted at a boarding school for European nobility.
Wait, so I thought that was like an older brother, younger brother situation. You're telling me these men are similar ages?
Apparently.
Well, rip.
Yeah, we should find out what Mr. Ketchup Spaghetti's skin routine is.
Seriously.
Ketchup spaghetti.
He's 25
What? And he's 26?
and 26.
What the hell?
Like, okay, are we 25? Let's see, where's
How
Cosmo.
old are we?
Cosmo's 24.
Okay.
So we're young. I think we are the same age as Kazuma.
Yeah.
Wait, how old was Sholmes?
34, I think.
30?
I went the wrong direction for this. Yes, 34.
Okay.
How old is Susato?
16.
16.
16?
She's a baby.
Baby.
Baby. Oh.
Like, literally, she is not that much older than Iris.
How? Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay.
Yep.
Gina is older than Susato?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Gina's a full-ass professional. I mean,
She
I
is
guess
now.
that Susato is actually indeed a full-ass professional, too, considering the fact she could be a lawyer. If
Chat
not
says
for
that
misogyny.
they thought we were 23.
We could be.
Oh.
We're not on here, so I...
One age difference.
Yeah. So we could be a year younger or just later in the year than November.
Yeah.
The 16-year-old is literally holding us together.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love that.
Our
Love that for her.
16-year-old wife, yeah.
What?
All right.
Those who graduate from Temzik are the future leaders of Europe.
It is always nice to see them reference other things that they've done, because Temsik is from Ghost Trick.
Oh. But do you have any idea how boring it is to be born with noble blood? Alors, I make it my mission to get the better of the world by employing the little gray cells of my brain. That is all I am trying to do.
So, that's the only reason for this whole grand deception you've been carrying out?
Oui. You could say that.
Not bad, eh? He has the grand ideals, but the petty plans. This strange combination is the charm of hilarious brothers.
Oh my god.
Hilarious.
Hilarious.
See, Capo?
Listen to me, Peppino. I have two things to say to you.
Jay? Are you about to tell me one of your grandi antidotes? Antidotes?
Anecdotes.
Anecdotes, yeah.
That was not the sound for that word, but I was trying to figure out.
Eviva. Eviva.
Eviva.
I'm gonna need you guys to learn some more languages.
Firstly, I want you to stop calling me this capo. And secondly, we are not the hilarious brothers. This is serious business.
So what do you call yourselves? The super mega awesome brothers? Like,
Yes.
Is that
Che bello.
bello or what it? Okay. Because I don't think it's like Spanish. Che bello. There it is. The Capo's trump card. The furrowed brow. It is deep, Capo, the furrow and the meaning of your words.
The world has been led to believe that under the banner of the Red-Headed League, you have conspired to swindle money from unsuspecting members of the public. Is this true? Oui.
C'est ça.
Say ça.
It's, we do struggle enough with the English language, seeing as I just said Occam's raisin 10 minutes ago.
True. And what exactly is the nature of the deception by which you plan to defraud? Alors, I will explain it.
No, Capo, leave it to me.
Does this man just talk like Mario?
Yes, he's just Mario.
As you see, we both have the vivid red hair, no? At school, we were teased for it this without pity. The capo here, he was many times behind the schoolhouse, crying like the Trevi fountain. Those dogs, one day the world will respect us redheads. Every night. Just putting your friend on blast. Jesus.
Damn. C'est bien, Peppino. Enough! I will explain the rest. Mostly because I don't want to go to jail, and you probably land us in jail with that mouth. But anyway, the first step was the newspaper advertisement. About 1 week before the plan was put into operation, we listed the same notice in every paper in London.
Yes, we saw that notice. It was this one, I believe, entitled To the Red-Headed League.
Oui, c'est ça.
C'est ça.
C'est ça. I am honored that you have seen it.
It states that the only condition for joining the league is having flame-colored hair, and that if you satisfy the interview panel and are admitted into the league, you could receive a weekly income of £4.
On the date specified, red-headed hopefuls gathered in droves at the park specified in the advertisement. And from each person present, this pair took an application fee of 5 shillings.
And with the money to France. It was the plan most elegant, non?
No, it was most dishonorable.
Cosma,
Oh, shit.
I love you, but I'm gonna need you to get an appreciation for a good con.
But to be frank, I'm stunned anybody was foolish enough to be taken by such an obvious trick.
Holmes in the
You'll be surprised.
gallery is dying up there,
Oh, yeah.
taking chocolate and just chucking it at Kazuma.
Oh, yeah.
The park was described by one witness as choked with red-headed folk, like a coaster. What?
I have
Like
no
a
idea.
coaster's orange barrow. Sure.
I assume
What
that
the
is an
hell?
old-timey
British.
thing. Something that probably doesn't exist anymore because we have technology now.
Hmm.
And the day on which all these men gathered to apply was the day before the victim was discovered. Crucially, these 2 men spoke face to face with every single person present that day.
Oui, I have seen more red-headed people in one day than I will see in the rest of my life.
See, and now, every time I see the capo's hair, I feel sick to my stomach.
Anyway, why have we been summoned here today?
Sorry?
The date for our trial was not until tomorrow, I was told.
I want pasta now. It has been so long since I made spaghetti napolitan.
Oh, maybe you should.
I know I should. Like, I
Now's
don't
the
care
time.
that
This is a
Americans
sign.
don't like ketchup spaghetti. It's tasty. Y'all are missing out. I'm pretty sure the Italians are ready to snipe me, but you know,
Oh, man.
you're missing out, man.
Naturally, neither of these men have been told any details about this trial. They've only been shown this photograph.
Look at this
Every time it made them
photograph.
laugh.
Very good. I'm still laughing. I mean, I'm not. So, Mr. de Rousseau and Mr. de Rossi, will you now give your formal testimony for the court on the subject of the gentleman pictured in this photograph? Of course. We are always ready to help with the law.
All right, come on, Mr. Red and Mr. Red.
Literally.
Literally, yeah.
Red, blue, and red, green.
All right, the man in the photograph.
We has more than 1,000 red-headed people assembled in the park on Lime Street that day.
But don't recall the man in this photograph. Aye, Capo?
No, I don't remember him. Obviously, he's dead now, but I assure you, he was not in the park.
Allura, this victim is nothing to do with us.
You have a lot to answer for, Peppino. It is your fault that we got caught in the first place. Oh, shit.
You've given sworn testimony that this man in the photograph was not present. Can you be certain?
Oui, I am quite certain. We did not interview this man.
Nobody looking like this came to the park. This I can promise.
It must be noted that you have been arrested for a grand deception, however. Accordingly, this court has little confidence in your assurances.
That was my Midwestern roots came out in my brain first because oofta. That's not that. Oofa.
Wow?
Just playing Midwestern, it's fine.
Really?
I would do better with that accent. With this attitude, we get to know her.
He's really a sulkin now.
Yeah, sure. Ketchup spaghetti, don't you know? That was a wild mix, but that's fine. This confidential document was obtained directly from Scotland Yard. It records an entry from the inspector's private diary dated the day before the incident. It reads, Lime Street, Red-Headed League, undercover. I have the answer. Maybe there was another similar event in the park on the day in question, eh?
Kazuma, I need you to stop calling witnesses.
That is ridiculous.
There's no question that Inspector Gregson was investigating the Red-Headed League. Which means it's quite possible that that's when he was killed. I'm gonna guess not by these two morons, but, you know. I don't trust that they could come up with whatever scheme this was.
Very well, the defense may proceed with the cross-examination now.
Yes, my lord. And the ketchup it's not a problem that the ketchup is American. Like, you put a couple of other things in it in order to adjust it a little bit so it's not quite as harsh. But having your ketchup be American for spaghetti napolitan, not a deal breaker. That's how I make it here, obviously. I don't import ketchup. So.
Can you imagine?
It's just not worth it, because I'm pretty sure that the majority of the ketchup manufacturers or the ketchup brands in Japan that are like actual ketchup are American, that they've just kind of adjusted the recipe for. It's my guess, at least. I don't know for certain. I've not ever looked into it. We have other sauces in Japan that we dip things in, like mayonnaise.
We had more than 1,000 red-headed people assembling in the park on Lime Street that day.
1,000 people? That's a very big crowd.
It was quite a spectacle. Redheads had to come from all over the capital.
See, the capo here, he has the...
Magnetismo animale.
Magnetismo animale, eh? Nobody else could attract so many people. If he could be born again, or if I could be born again, I would be the capo.
All those people wanted was the money. Peppino, the £4 per week. Oh, are you suggesting that you spoke personally with all 1,000 applicants? Oui, that we did, because every one of them paid us 5 shillings.
We take their names and we take their money.
Wow.
We take their addresses as well.
We take their wives, we take their kids. We take hide your wives, hide your kids.
And we take their little cat too.
Damn.
And then I tell them we take us some days to let them know by a post. El finito?
E finito.
Maybe 2 minuti a person. We start early in the morning and we stop late at night. In the night.
Whoa.
So, you earned 5,000 shillings in one day? That's a small fortune.
Real.
Who'd have thought there were 1,000 such gullible redheads in London to start with?
One of whom was a great detective with chemically altered hair.
Wow. Free money.
Japanese mayo would not go well on donuts. It's richer. It's a little bit sweeter, but not much. I recommend like a famous Japanese kind of little snack is cucumbers dipped in mayo. If that kind of makes it a little bit, puts it a little bit further into context as to what it tastes like. But I mean, you still use it as mayo. So.
I would never put mayo on a donut. I'm sorry. I just would not.
Look, the Japanese put mayo on a lot of stuff. I've never heard a donut.
Yeah, right? That's why I'm like, no?
I mean, I'm sure someone has done it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
we love our mayo in Japan, but
But on a
But I
donut?
don't recall the man in this photograph, eh, Capo?
Hold it!
Oh?
he doesn't look at all familiar.
No, I don't think so. And this is a wig, eh? He was trying to trick us.
I mean, the biggest tip-off should have been the fact that he had red hair but a gray mustache.
Yeah. The curtain did not
Mhm.
match the drapes. You know what I mean?
Wow. There are ways to check.
The visible drapes.
Then you
Visible
check
drapes.
carpets. No, I do not like the people who are trying to trick the other people. Wait.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
okay. I do not like the people that are trying to trick the other people.
Says the con artist.
Right.
We checked for red hair everywhere.
Ah.
Can you imagine?
We took their
God.
name, we took their address, and then we said, hey, can we look in your pants?
You show up, you see
Wow.
this advertisement in the paper, and you're like, you know what? I could use some friends. So you go to a park filled with other redheaded people, and these two assholes just tell you to drop your pants.
Wow.
So if you had to describe what shade
Incredible.
your pubic hair is, what would you say? Like,
I'm more like a vermilion.
yeah.
Jesus.
It's a deep scarlet.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Anyway,
What has this stream turned into?
if between them they interviewed 1,000 people with red hair, it would be unreasonable to expect them to remember every face. No, signore. I may be small, but my memory is very large, and I never forget a thing. In my opinion, I do not think this man was in the park.
I'm starting to wonder if that diary is fake. Like, I was thinking it earlier, because otherwise, how, like, if all of this is a setup, Von Zeeks went to the room at 5 o'clock because of this diary.
Yeah.
So, if they were setting him up for it, then obviously he had to be led there. And if he's not in the park, because he's dead already, I think it's fake. I'm calling it now. It's a fake diary. But he's not going to give
Well,
the
why
court
would
a
he
definite,
keep a
it
fake
seems.
diary?
Well, I don't think it's him that planted it. I think it's
Oh.
whoever killed him.
Oh.
And it's something that they did to cover their tracks. Because, like, if... Assuming that Von Zeeks is not just investigating him for no reason, or, I don't know, being a good person, that means that he's doing something wrong. Who the fuck commits a crime and keeps a fucking diary? It's like one of the stupidest things you could do. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. If you are going to commit a crime, don't fucking tell anyone, including your magical book.
Hey. Oh wait, that's the Ross, right? Yeah, that's the Ross.
That's okay. Yeah, it's me. But every time when it's the two of them, I'm like, I don't remember this bitch's last name.
One of them is read in Italian, and one of them is read in French.
Disclaimer, not the professor.
Yeah.
Hey, Capo, you didn't see a man like this, huh? No, I'm adding to it.
None. I don't remember him. Obviously, he's dead now, but I assure you, he was not in the park.
But according to what you've said, you spoke with 1,000 or more people that day.
Oui, that's true. My eyes were burning by the end of the day.
Surely then, you can't actually remember every single face. How are you so certain that this particular man wasn't present?
Normally the red hair is very distinctive, eh? But not when you have 1,000 redheads crowding around. Then it's just a eyesore. But if there is some other information you could give us, maybe then we would recall.
That is not the line, Peppino. Remember, we do not remember him. We are sure of that fact, huh? If there was a man with a red hairpiece, but his mustache did not match the color, then I do not think I would have forgotten it.
Kazuma said these two had only been shown that photograph and they'd been told nothing else at all. But what if I fed them just one other detail about the victim? For example, do we want to tell them about his name, his profession, or his fish and chips? I know what my vote is, and I don't care if we get a penalty for it. But also, I think it's probably right. Because, like, if he'd went there, he wasn't going to use his real name or profession, because these are fucking con artists.
Chat says save and then chips.
Save and then.
Oh, I read ahead again. Damn it. I read too far ahead again.
We're doing chips. Because, like, it's the only thing that makes sense, right? He always had his fish and chips. There's no reason for him not to have it.
It's not the answer, but do it.
Perfect.
Fish and chips.
I know.
I can certainly appreciate that just knowing the man had red hair wouldn't help you remember in this situation. But what if I told you that the man was always munching on a packet of fish and chips? Do you remember a man who was eating incessantly?
A bottomless fish and chips.
No.
Not really. I was looking at the heads of the applicants. I would have noticed the fish and chips any more than the caviar and smoked salmon.
Or a spaghetti. Me, I love the spaghetti.
Really? I had no idea.
Tell them again what you said before, Peppino.
Si, capo, si. I say it again and again. Allora, this victim is...
Sorry, we're going back to actually get it right. According to what you said.
The fish and chips. See, we had to do the funny answer first.
Exactly.
It's funny.
So, do we think they would have caught that he was a cop? Although they did say that they took down everyone's name. But would he have been stupid enough to use his actual name?
Maybe.
Like, I feel like if you are trying to investigate someone, maybe you don't use your real name. Also, if you're trying to commit a crime, do not use your real name when you commit a crime. What do we think?
I mean, I know the answer, but I'm gonna let you guys guess.
Is it the profession?
Is that the collective guess?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping that they would have figured out that they had a cop in their midst, since they were able to determine that Sholmes was Sholmes. So, I can certainly appreciate that just knowing the man had red hair wouldn't help you remember in this situation. But what if I told you that the man in the red hairpiece was actually a detective?
The man in the photograph, a detective.
Yes.
It would appear he found your notice in the paper suspicious and decided to investigate incognito.
Sorry, but this changes nothing.
I think it does.
Oh?
Something to add, Mr. De Rossi?
Che? Si. I am always adding something. Parmesan, olive oil, pepper.
Fair. What I mean is, did you not agree with your friend's last remark by any chance?
What did I just say? About the detective?
Yes, that.
Keep your mouth shut, Peppino. You have said enough already.
That's the way, Capo. What's the problem? Why not spill on my guts? There was a man who said, I am an inspector from Scotland Yard.
What?
10 out of 10. Be
A international man of mystery that Gregson.
Undercover.
Order, order, order.
I'd like to point out, if he's correct that he said he was from Scotland Yard, then the diary is almost undoubtedly a fake, because it said that he was going undercover. I think I'm right.
Explain this vaulting face in your testimony, witness.
It's simple.
There was
Some
no
other
such man.
words. Madai? What are you saying, Capo? Have you forgotten, eh?
I have forgotten nothing. Nobody likes this game to the park.
Basta, Capo, basta. You met me at many things. You beat me at many things, especially about the head, but not to the memory and the meals. Like I said, when it's time to eat the pasta, no one is faster.
But you are inferior to me in every other way, so shut up!
Objection.
Don't shut up. I believe in you.
Oh, they learned. They learned from each other. Drop does the damage is done. Indeed it is, sir.
Just getting stared down from both sides of the bench, like...
There was a man who came to the park. I just wanted to be very dramatic and stuff. And he said it was an inspector from Scotland Yard. However, he looked nothing like the man in the photograph. It was someone else.
How can you be so sure?
Because, to start with, his face. was completely different.
See, it's true, it's true. The man who came was the younger. His face was clean shaven, his eyes were sadder, his chin was thinner.
No resemblance whatsoever, then. Anyway, I was not going to be fooled. I took the obvious precaution in the twin. If you are really a detective, show us the proof.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, chat. Did Sholmes claim to be a Scotland Yard inspector?
I hate that man.
Yeah, the second they were like, yeah, younger and clean shaven and sad.
And sad. Whoa, not the sad. Not the sad eyes.
See, the capo here, he doesn't take a no nonsense, eh?
But he was well prepared. He said he had identification.
Identification? You mean official police inspector's identification?
That is almost unconvincing.
Sorry, my lord?
Counsel, no incognito inspector would offer his identification for inspection. It's quite out of the question.
No incognito inspector would say, "Hi, I'm an inspector." It's almost
Except
like
for
that
a
beats
bit.
the incognito part.
Definitely. Why would he expose his true identity? Like an idiot.
Clearly, the papers were fake.
It was the fake badge Gina used to have. Certo, Capo, you are a genius. As we say in Italia, it takes a thief to recognize another, eh?
What?
And what happened after he announced that he was a detective? Hey, game recognizes game, man.
Mm-hmm. He became very annoying. He said, "You are under investigation." So I took his papers from him and chased him out of the park.
It was fantastico. And look, here is the identification. So you stole it from the man, and you still have things in your possession, and you've been in jail?
Yeah. Look, Kazuma said that the legal system here is in shambles, and now you know why.
He had it coming. He had it coming. He only had himself to blame. He made us very scared.
He ran into our knife 10
Into
times.
my knife. He ran into our knife 10 times. Into our spaghetti knife 10 times.
A spaghetti knife. But he was not who he said he was.
Indeed, the person described does not appear to have behaved as a true inspector would.
Can we have that
He was
thing?
He was an idiot. However, I believe it would be prudent for these identification papers to be entered into evidence.
Okay. I was just looking at the time, and I think I know where we want to end. We can keep going for a little bit. We're almost there, I think.
Okay.
But I like them.
Confiscated. All right, let's take a look
Now,
at
let
it.
us return to the witness testimony.
We'll return to it in a second. All right. It looks somewhat legit. Oops. Let's open it up. Well, I suppose we should see what this inspector's identification looks like inside. Well, guess there's no photo. Yes, it definitely looks fake, doesn't it?
Out of interest, what's the name given?
Probably just something plucked out of the air. It's Tobias Gregson.
What a fake name.
Wait, what?
Hmm?
This Scotland Yard insignia looks genuine to me. You guys were just
What
saying
the
it was
hell?
fake.
But how?
And the department and identification number details are all correct as well.
Since when have you known those?
Girl,
Do you
she
mean to
knows
say she does know everything?
I know it seems incredible, but yes. I think this is a genuine identification book issued by Scotland Yard.
But that's unbelievable. This is the real thing after all?
Wow. What a
Well,
plot twist.
Yeah, that's a twist. I don't see anything else to look at.
Yeah, I see it.
All right.
Alora, this victim has nothing to do with us.
But we only
They
have
sure
your
do.
word for that.
See, but what else can we do, huh?
True.
Oof. I almost did it again. We are not having much fun these days. Oof,
Oof.
Oofa.
You're going too far in your like abdomen for it. You know. That's like their Norwegian, roots coming out. Oof.
I know. You see my problem. We are arrested, and then we are shown the horrible picture of a dead man. And now you question every single thing we say. We are the victims here.
You're getting roasted by chat.
I'm
Damn.
trying to get us to land the plane in a timely manner. It is midnight for y'all.
She does it because she cares.
Hey, Capo.
No, you were caught carrying out a plot to swindle hundreds of innocent people.
Ugh. You had to bring that up, eh? That's not fair.
Yes, it is.
Hey, Capo.
You have a lot to answer for, Peppino. It's your fault that we got caught in the first place.
Hold it!
Can't wait to find out this story. What do you mean by that?
Cavolo, you promised not to say, eh, Capo?
After we had taken all the money that day, we should have just left the country. That was my plan. I left the purchasing of the tickets for the ferry to Dunkirk to my companion here.
That is definitely a spelling of Dunkirk.
Oh, but he brought them for the wrong day. What an
Oops.
idiot.
See, but it's an easy mistake to make, The first of the 31st.
Oh, Buff, I've no sympathy for you. We were an all day late for the boat because of your stupidity. And it's only because of this that the so-called great the red-headed detective caught us.
Capo, you know what I think?
Oh shit, he gonna call me a bitch.
I think it's the work of God is holy punishment, eh?
Buddy, you're not cut out to be a con artist.
Peppino, for the last time. This is not only punishment. This is only your fault.
Nah.
Don't blame God for your unholy mistakes. I think I'm giving birth right now. Sorry. You are making me sick with the anger.
Maybe I made a mistake. I make a mistake. Jesus. But when is it time to eat the pasta? No one is the faster.
Buddy, why not just enter eating contests?
Yeah, could do that for money.
And I've seen the evidence. They haven't told us much we didn't already know.
What do you think, Mr. Naruto?
Well, if it was in the inspector's diary, it seems likely that he must have gone to Lime Street that day. And yet, these two both claim they didn't see him.
I have to say, they don't appear to be telling lies.
Well, they are experts in deception, don't forget. Sounding plausible is their speciality. They may be lying simply to avoid being implicated in this case as well.
Surely, if they were truly experts in deception, they wouldn't have been caught.
Well, yeah, you do have a point there. It seems to me like we need more information.
Definitely.
Alright, so what do we have? So, more than 1,000 red-headed people. I have no argument on that one. Don't recall the man in the photograph. Well, that's weird because you have his identification.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't remember. Oh, wait, never
Yeah,
mind.
sorry, I'm just reading through them.
Yeah, keep going, keep going.
I think that's what we've got, basically, is that you don't remember the dude, but you have his ID.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where I should be going, since you've read ahead?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Objection.
Apparently not on that. Yeah,
What?
we've...
Wait, what did you present?
The identification book? Or the... I don't remember what it's called.
Which one did you...
Inspector's identification.
Of Gregson. Gregsy.
Oh. 3 or 4. It says 3 or 4 in the
Oh, that's because I was on 2.
Number 3.
No, that was on 2.
Oh, okay. 3 or 4.
I wonder if I could ask you to examine this identification book very closely. Miss Lestrade?
Why Miss Lestrade?
What is your intention here, Counsel?
Is this really a fake, or is it genuine? That's the question. Which we can't answer ourselves.
Objection.
Don't be ridiculous. No Scotland Yard detective would allow his or her identification to be stolen. That is the boss's, no question about it. It can't be.
As I suspected. The undercover detective who attended the Red-Headed League's enrollment on the day in question was the real Inspector Gregson, carrying out an incognito investigation.
Oh shit. Zootalo!
I love the fucking apple box.
I just love that he didn't react at all. He was like, okay.
It's like, cool story, bro. Order! Order! I keep forgetting.
But if the boss had his identification stolen, he would have reported it straight away.
Unless he couldn't.
I mean, he was always on me about it. If you lose something, report it at once, he'd say.
Could it be, then, that the inspector was physically unable to report it?
Physically, eh? What are you saying? Unable to? You're not suggesting.
Yes, it's quite possible that he was killed before he had the chance to report his identification stolen.
Oh shit.
No.
No. Order! Order! Order!
The defense
Chap
posits.
says he's too busy being dead.
Yep,
He's too
exactly.
busy.
The defense posits that the victim was killed the day before his body was discovered at a different location. Do you two have anything to say about that?
Where?
Me.
You.
I know nothing. I have done nothing.
Pull yourself together, Pepino. Mon Dieu, you can behave a little more like a master criminal than that, non? No, he can't.
Now I wish I had the return to Italia.
Wow.
Uh,
Just stop crying, Peppino, please.
Aw.
Otherwise Friend's crying.
Now I've made both witnesses cry.
Wait, stop your whining and start talking.
Whoa, okay, well, they're still going.
I know
Okay,
nothing. I have done nothing.
well.
But you will tell everything or face the worst possible outcome.
Oh, shit. That's hot.
Showing he could be a good father here.
You, Daddy? Oh, no. You will dry your eyes and testify again about these identification papers and the precise circumstances under which you came by them. Yoo-hee.
For crying out loud.
Literally.
I assume this is where we should stop for tonight.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. So we will end here for tonight. Next stream is Thursday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. That will either be Lemur and I or just myself. So we'll either be playing Resident Evil Biohazard or we will be starting on House and Fata Morgana Reincarnation. So come check us out. If you want to come back for the next episode of this, come back next Tuesday. Our Trial Tuesdays.
Trial Tuesdays. Woo!
As I talk about shit like Occam's Raisin.
Yeah. The best.
Anyone got any announcements?
Nope.
Nope.
Not that I can announce right now.
All right. Below is the link to our YouTube channel. Please go catch up on anything you have missed. It's on a couple of week delay, so anything that you can't find there, you can still find on video on demand on Twitch if you miss an episode or two. So I do hope Blue Sky gets fixed for you. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for hanging out, all, and we'll be back. Have a good night.
Bye.
Good night.